to Frequency Phoenix 555 or your message or messages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. The planetary energies are as they, them, and darling dear. They are studying you, but they will never, ever graduate. Why? Because they are dummy bat blood, bruh, or stream. Tell them at the back. You're being watched by the dull-eyed simpletons. The planetary energies are. The skullduggerous moon has what slipped and slided into Gemini, no less. The third house, ruled by what? Mercury, darling dear, where there must be a rational mind, where communications are concerned. Why? Because you're intelligent. Intelligence is what you do, darling dear. It's what you is. And they are still studying you. The skullduggerous moon in Gemini says there's going to be a lot of mental activity, darling dear, of the philosophical and the methodical kind, darling dear. You've got it like that. Airs and graces, blood, bra, or sistrine. This can lead to new ideas, new plans, and new communications. Yes, baby. Communications, darling dear, the throat chakra, does not necessarily cover just your words, darling dears. It's your thinking as well as your listening ears. The wisest person or cat in the room is a listening cat. Your eyes will tell you more than your ears ever will, darling dear. Find positive ways of expressing yourself today. I normally like to lead with a strong two of these and one of those. And not what? Let a dummy bat get me into what consequences. But that's just me, big cat. I don't know what you're doing over there, but we're besties, so we must be on an even kill. Also, the skullduggerous moon in Gemini could lead you to be a what? A social butterfly, a chatty cat. Well, baby, be in what? Double agent mode, darling dear. They think you're there to tell them your business. Nah, babe, you're there as recon. To find out she's naive. That's what a big cat does. Master or mistress of the knowledge. Why? Because knowledge is power, and power is knowledge. And guess what? You've got it like that as they study you, darling dears. Remember, these same ones, right, were merchants of slander, was always casting aspersion on your name, wanted you to fail at everything, be on the rocks of life, ask out, asking, begging like the little match boy or match girl outside the nearest train station. Well, it didn't happen. So now, they've moved from what? To what? Perpetrating wickedness, darling dear, wickedness, right, with their gingivitis mouth, darling dears. They've gone on to start taking notes. Next, they will come back in their shapeshifter, I told you, Judas in a Peter suit, to see if you're hiring. Rebuke that. Rebuke it with everything in you, darling dear. Why? Because you don't see them. From you've turned your shapely back, law 16. There's no turning around. Why? We understood the assignment of what Lot's wife is, Salt Bay. That's why the Halcyons had to be created. You are what? The GOAT of land and sea, darling dear. I begs you be. If there's a crack, you don't fall back. But yet they study, they wonder, they watch with their feeble minds, these simpletons. Where common sense is a superpower amongst them, darling dear. It's the blind in the land of the blind. As I sip my mocha, cause I ain't getting smoked, neither must you be, darling dear. Not at this stage of the game where we play chess and not checkers. My dear big cat, it all falls back to what? They failed to plan. So therefore they should have planned to fail, darling dear. Focusing on your green grass of abundance while they paid no attention to the astroturf that they have, right? That's on layaway. They were too focused on trying to bring you down, darling dear. This is why they were studying you. And the more studying they do of you, darling dear, you're like a what? You can't be caught. You're like smoke, darling. There's always shifting and changing. They don't understand. Well, they will understand because your security, I told you, your ancestors don't ramp and they don't play with you. They called you all sorts of this and that, darling dear, and your ancestral team dog walk them. Yes, baby. Fell into my lap, darling dear. Oh, we have a 7 that came out in the last read. I believe it was in the fire sign read. Go and watch that. The 7 is the number of the chariot, darling dear. This speaks about success, moving forward at a hot trot. It could be travel for you, darling dear. Maybe you're a traveling cat, or you bought a new home, a new business, excelling in your studies, whatever you've did, darling dear. You've got a captivating, mouth-breathing audience, darling dears, breathing at what you've got going on when they should have been watering their astroturf. I know it will never grow, but it is what it is. They're stupid, gone past the idiocy of it all, darling dear, and right up there with what? Feeble-minded. You have the energy of the 2 and the 5, the High Priest and the Hierophant, Moon as well as Taurus energy. The Moon also covers Pisces as well as Cancer, darling dears. It speaks about what? A spiritual upliftment of you, darling dear, as you balance out your masculine and feminine energies. It also speaks about what? Spiritual protection from masculine and feminine ancestral team, darling dear. Good golly and gosh, you've got them cheering for you in the spiritual world. Whatever you did. You broke the mold, big cat. You are a wonder to behold, big cat. Your Majesty, I would curtsy, but good golly gosh, I haven't got the knees of Megan the Stallion. I told you, posh clap. But anyway, why talk about the incidentals? Let's carry on at a hot trot. Love it, don't hate it. The energy of the 2 and the 5, darling dears. It speaks about someone being defeated in public. What they did to you in private, darling dear, is being hashed out and bandied around. Yes, on a public platform. You may even be working in a public-facing job, darling dears. Whatever they did and tried to bring you down, the same thing that they did in the dark is being laid out like a roadmap to wickedness on a public platform or amongst the community, darling dears. Everything they did, all that hard work of wickedness did not pay off. Didn't I tell you? Yes, baby. Let's lean in a little more. In the runestones, right? The 7 is represented by radio. Radio is on the letter R, and it also speaks about status. You've upgraded your status somehow, or maybe what you've did, how you're feeling about yourself. Your whole aura, your je ne sais quoi, is giving a lot of qua. Love it, big cat. Fist bump. Yes, you are the what? All-purpose cat. And I'll have nothing else said. Yeah, am I dramatic? I say not enough, big cat. You need to be celebrated, Your Majesty. Let's get your ancestral message about this and see what's going on. What did your ancestors think of this? All the cards. We're going to use the mermaid deck, darling dears. Haven't used this in a while. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Whenever an elastic band breaks, darling dear, something has ended. A cycle has ended. Whatever they wanted to do, the constraint they wanted to put on you with their gingivitis mouth, this little finger, this hood-looking alfalfa with yarn for hair, darling dears. This. Listen, I feel like I'm in the rinse and repeat. We cuss them out so often, darling dears. Not because we want to, it's the energies of it all. This is why I always encourage you to what? Subscribe to the channel, put your energy into it so we can see what's going on with you, and we'll conquer everything, because we're on recon on a daily basis round here. You get the usher. Let's see. What do your ancestors think about they, them, that are studying you? Thank you. They're telling them to accept it, blood. They need to understand that they are witnessing greatness, darling dear. They are witnessing what? You bend the matrix. They're saying that you are highly intuitive, darling dear. You've got a very spiritual nature. You know things. Yes. And the things that you know, darling dear, has brought you to a position where you are are a wonder to behold. They couldn't break you, darling dears, not by their words or their deeds, but yet they have to accept who's the baddest of them all. I told you, every dog gets its day when they realize it's a big cat world. Fist bump. Love it. Tell us more. We love it. We're not in our ego, but when the ancestors like your shiznai, darling dear, accept that you're great, that you've got badassery as your go-to move. Love it. What else does your ancestors want you to know while we're here finding out shiznai? Yeah, you let go of what no longer served you. You understood. They wanted you to be bitter, darling dears. Bitter and twisted. Stuck on what? The rinse and repeat of what they done did, what they done said, until you realize there can only be one dummy bat in your story, darling dears. And it sure as shiznai was not going to be you. Not anymore, darling dears. You let go of situations, cut those soul ties. You had the fortitude to take the knives out of your back. And the what? The napong they wanted you to step on, darling dear, and use it to sever those soul ties. Letting go what no longer served you wasn't easy, because remember, many of you are born into that dysfunctional paradigm. You was raised to be what? A people pleaser, right? Putting everyone else's emotions first. Well, guess what? I say, pwah, on that, darling dear. I told you, we're using the energy of the moon in Gemini to get shiznai done in a more philosophical and methodical way. Yeah. Your works and your actions, darling dear, because you let go of these circumstances and situations that were egregious and they were heinous, darling dear, and full of what? Perniciousness. Yes, baby, you let them all go. Why? Because you're a big cat and life is for the living, not for the living dead. Yes, baby, put them down. These little fingers, these mouth breathers. As they try to take the final exam of you, big cat. Imagine that. They know that you was dexterous. They know that when they saw the final furlong, you was just getting into your first breath, darling dear, as you got up from taking the knee. When you said, amen, so shall be it, moat. Then you got great. Yes, base of the deck. Why? Positivity is right up there with gratitude, darling dear. What else is right up there? The Most High, darling dear. Father God, Mother Isis. You've grown in so many ways, darling dears. Understanding yourself, knowing thyself is the key to the universe. This is why we're all here. Your goals, you've been working at them like a field hand, and you've had to move in silence, darling dears. Keep it quiet. Why? Because they was taking note. And even if they did, darling dear, they can't do it like you. They can't. And your gifts, your spiritual gifts are being heightened on a daily basis. Why? You understood the assignment of what? Putting the Most High first at every avenue of your life, darling dear. No more fence sitting for you. You're using your gifts, darling dears, to what? Light up your path as you light them up, darling dear, with all that you've got going on. The greatness is something that comes to you, darling dear, as you realize that this is only the beginning, as you continue to dip your toe into the infinite possibilities being presented to you. And the final one is what? The gratitude, right? With the positivity, darling dear, hiking up your mood, understanding that happiness is an inside job, something that they will ne'er understand as they continue to try to study you, big cat. Let them study. Good luck with that, mate. And watch, somebody's got to clap, darling dears. I keep telling you that. Better them than you. Base of the deck. Continue to what? Dream your dream, darling dear. Because remember, conceive, believe, and achieve. Yes, baby. But you have to what? Have faith. Faith the size of a mustard seed. Have you seen how small a mustard seed is? I know, big cat. You became the rebel and the rogue, and these opportunists, because there are many, darling dears, many that still want to fit you into that same ill-fitting box that was not for you. You was meant to be the rebel in their life, darling dear. Light them up and show them the way. But what did they do? They tried to study, infiltrate, and take over what you've got going on. More fool them. as I sip my mocha yet again, because I ain't getting smoked, especially not by no dummy bat with the T-Rex arms and the trippy talker ways. They're very angry. They're an angry person, right? Or people, they're angry. Proverbs 22:24, as they realize that you are what? Proverbs 12:24, a hustler, baby. Yeah. You hustle to get your hairline back. Bravo, big cat, and a posh clap for you. Scared deck. They're stressed. Listen, they're worried, mate. Depressed, darling. They're crying into their fit. Another thing. Listen, big cat, come on. What they wanted for you, how they wanted you to fail, they're going to get a double dosage of it, darling dear. The 9 and the 9 goes to what? The 18, moon energy. This was a fake friend. Somebody who came as an ear hustler, because not everyone that presents as a friend, right, is truly a friend. Some are coming to do the recon to try and take your gifts from you. See, you're a gangster. Or what? Try to ghost you at the final post as you're about to achieve. That's when they decide to give up the ghost and show their true selves. Well, guess what? They are crying into their fist. And my right hand is itching me. Skrilla.com is afoot, darling dears. Somebody's counting your pentacles and crying. Crying. All right. We'll be using these two decks to see what's going on. Let's give it a good shufty. They are studying you. Ha ha ha. I know it's boring, boredom. Past that, darling dear. You've already said, what? Sitaki, you and Swahili up in this bitch, darling dear. Sitaki for I don't want it. It's not for me. When you told them to hit the road, just like Jack. What's the matter? This is outrageous. It's a lot of confusion, right? All because you decided to move on mentally from what? The gang mentality, darling dears. Maybe you've got progeny and you got it on, you moved on, even if you're in the same GPS, darling dear, to move on mentally and spiritually as well as financially from a situation, darling dear. Putting your faith in what? The Most High, Father, God, Mother Isis, and your ancestral team. This speaks about you being covered, going to a more calmer space where you can actually express yourself the way you should, darling dear. How's that? Obstreperous, darling, they're noisy and difficult to handle. You've got nothing but good news coming towards you. They don't like it as they go through what? Brock-pocketousness, darling dear. Jealousy and envy. This is somebody who, if there was a friend or a partner to you, because in the upright, the Queen of Pentacles is a loyal husband or wife, you could have been in union with this personal people, darling dears, right? But they never had it like you. You was dealing with a page who what? They took a good fight, darling dear. And at the ending of the day, all they wanted to do was fight with you, darling dear. This is what? Somebody, a double-minded person, a fakeazoid frenemy, darling dear. This is also what? Somebody that having secrets around you. Guess what? Their life is no secret to you now. Their life is a what? It's a map into crisis and fucking ease, blood. What's this? Something coming in quickly or movement quickly, darling dears. Something that you're not going to be prepared to what? Pay attention to, darling dear. If you've already turned your shapely back, let it be. Let it be. Who's that? Paul McCartney? Posh clap. Yes, baby. Don't answer any messages that are coming in from them, darling dear. Why? Because it took a lot for you to get away and stop being what? Vulnerable to what? People with that are addictive, darling dears. These codependents. Yes, you was vulnerable for a time, but you had to see where you are in the land of the skullduggeress to realize that it wasn't for you. It also speaks about somebody's going to be coming up, what? Shape-shifting and mean, trying to pretend, darling dear. They are the biggest actor on this Malkoof, and they ain't getting paid, blood. Not unless it's karma they're being paid in. They're going to pretend that they're over their addictions. They may have an addiction to alcohol, drugs, even lying, darling dear. Being an airbender. But this person hasn't changed. This person only wants to look good in front of other people to say that they still have some power over you or your life. They're not coming back to be your friend. Make sure they find your shapely back well and truly turned. This is outrageous. Let's give it another shufti. Right? And then we'll break it down and see what else is going on. They're studying you, darling dears. That's studying you, and they can't graduate. They've got the karmas on them, darling dear. They wear it like Joseph's coat of many colors. There's levels to the karma, blood. There's levels to it. You've moved on mentally from this situation, or even physically for some. Somebody's also got a progeny around them that's what? Pilfering. You're going to have to pull up a progeny on pilfering. They're a pilferer. Right? And they're a liar as well. They're going to lie. They're going to lie. You're going to have to use your intuition and bring that tower, because if you don't stop this progeny from pilfering, right, taking shit that don't belong to them, darling dear, they're going to be on the rinse and repeat. They're going to be on a dark path. You have to nip it in the bud somehow, darling dears. I wish you well, big cat. About moving on. Yeah! You have to leave them out in the cold, blood. What do you mean? This is also somebody wanting you to what? Be broken. They're watching to see if you fail, darling dears. To see if you'll come crawling back to them. OMG. Nah, blood. You're secure in your bag and yourself, and you understand your mental health is your wealth. Why would you go back to a situation that was nothing but challenging, darling dears? Outrageous for sure. Obstacles, that's all they brought into your life. We've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about somebody removing their emotions from a situation, darling dears. This is the mastering of your emotions. It also speaks about using said energy to what? Get great with the knowledge. Why? Because knowledge is power. This is about you getting some knowledge, because the Page of Wands is about what? Good news. Some kind of news coming towards you quickly. But you're going to have some information coming towards you, darling dears, that you're going to have to act on immediately. You're the king. Remember I told you that? Message for someone. What else? And it's divinely guided. Baby. Listen to your intuition, darling dear, around some information that's coming in towards you. Quickly. What about this Queen of Peas on her face, blood? This jealous, bitter one. Hyacinth bucket if ever I saw one. Always was disloyal, darling dears. I told you, big cat. Not everyone that presented as a friend was actually a friend. It was a frenemy trying to study you, darling dear. Imagine that. This is a dummy bat for sure, darling dears. Somebody who what? Took advantage of your 10th cup. You was emotionally fulfilled when you met this person. Now they've brought pause and what? Roadblocks into your life. This is also someone who's about to go to the prison or the hospital, darling dear. They've got an issue. Something that was creeping up on them slowly. Pentacles on its face is mental health, darling dear. Maybe they slipped through the net before, but they're about to get paid in kind for whatever action they did on you. The rinse and repeat of the karmas, darling dears, as they continue to study your cat-like moves. Nah, blood. Judgment on its face. They know they can't come back to your situation. Your back is so firmly turned, darling dear. Armed and dangerous. Not having it. Having justice as your go-to move. It also speaks about telling the truth in a situation. This is what is activating the karma. And they can't emotionally get over you. This is somebody that is blame shifting, darling dear. That is putting the burden of their wicked emotions, darling dears, on you. Blaming you for how they feel about themselves. And they are what a foolio. Split the deck. And your ancestors don't play with you, darling dears. This is temperance. And it's a reminder to be patient. Somebody's taking a risk at this moment in time. A risk. Trying to bring some form of attraction, something that they're attracted to, bring balance into their life, darling dears. But divine is telling you to look at the reality of the situation. Tell the truth to yourself, darling dear. You have to what? Crawl before you can walk, and walk before you can run. Everything is a process. Message for someone else. Studying a big cat. What else? Let's see. Come on. That's a lot of cards, blood. I told you. They've got health issues, darling dears. Health issues. We've got crime. Health issues, crime. And we've got the chariot. And behind the chariot, we've got Dharma. This is good karma. I'm just going to read on these ones. We've also got the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of joint finances. Maybe Maybe you had joint finances. Like I said, it could have been a long-term situation. It could also be a job or a business that you was working at, darling dear, but leaving that situation because it is a crime scene. As the rise of the big cat, somebody's definitely leaving a situation where they've been betrayed. Moon energy on its face. What's this? Look, you've got haters. Good God. If you weren't doing things right, darling, you're dancing to your own beat and you didn't have any haters, you weren't doing things right. Whatever you're doing is correct, Mundo. Continue. Continue to what? Dream big and add tax, darling dears. As I said, they are stressed, or they will be stressed after they get this medical checkup. Their hatred for everyone else getting great, darling dear, as they continue with their stalker aid. I told you, Sputnik is watching you, wanting you to fail, but it's a full-on return to sender. Why? Because of the 7th house. 7th house is what? Libra energy. It's also what? The Justice card in Tarot. And the 7th house is about people, darling dear. People. Not person, people wanted you to fail. Because you're different. They should have been checking up on their own health and watering their astroturf, focusing on their own drudgerous, right? Life of ill repute. What's this about the health check? Listen, look at this. When someone, they need to go for a health check and they're not going to like the prognosis. Focusing on you, darling dear, when they should be thinking about their own health. This person is stressed out, depressed. This person cries quietly by themselves into their fist, darling dear. Lots of swords. There's no one that they can speak to. Why? Because they're amongst the skullduggerous. Little fingers met their match or their horde. We also have an Emperor and a Queen of Wands. Maybe this person was an authority figure in your life. They chose someone who is the Queen of Wands, darling dear. Someone who planned, plotted, and strategized to get them in this situation. And if this is an Emperor with, it could be a Divine Masculine with a Queen of Wands, they better go for a health check, darling dear. You are being tied to a situation. Yes. Whomsoever this Queen of Wands is, they didn't want to release a hold on you, darling dears. Emperor could be because you bossed up on them. They've been studying you, trying to plan, plot, and strategize their way back into a situation that they can't control, darling dears. They need to go to a psychologist to see if they really are. Are they okay? Are they okay? What's the matter with them? Watching what you've got going on, present energy, and they're not happy about it. Yes, baby. Nothing like having the karmas on them. We've got a crime. Somebody made a choice, darling dear. Queen of Swords. It could be what? Defamation of character. Queen of Swords is someone who is highly intelligent. This goes to Three of Swords. Over a betraying situation. Somebody chose not to go to prison. They put you in a situation where they want... Listen, King of Swords. OMG. Air energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You see, the thing is, the King and Queen of Swords is a match, darling dear. But with the Two of Swords in reverse, this is a match where someone didn't have the full information. Somebody's gangster was higher than the others, darling dears. All of this air energy that you should have been elusive from, avoided, darling dear, because it brought you nothing but sadness. Somebody went into a situation with someone whom they've had to block, darling dear. This person presented as a king or a queen, but they was taking the choice out of your hand. Swords in the reverse. This is not someone that told the truth in a situation. A crime scene for sure, darling dears. But it also speaks about being what? Spiritually blocked. Yeah. Lack of progress, darling dears. What they plan for you, they can't transform, darling dear. They have to be on the rinse and repeat and sit in the karma that they created. And they know what they did, and they know that they're deserving of it. All of this swords energy, darling dears. Good golly and gosh. Swords is also masculine energy. Somebody who lacked or didn't communicate their true intent in a situation. But it's about someone getting clarity after a choice was taken from them, darling dear. That clarity came after what? A lot of tears. A lot of you cried a river, darling dears. Your eyes must be fat right about now. Fat. And if you're crying over that person, baby, what did I say? Go to that mirror and snap the shiznai out of yourself. Free yourself, darling dear, because they will never be free. This is mental or even what? Physical prison, darling dear. Someone told, and it also speaks about the telling of a lie in a situation. misrepresentation. It could also speak about identity theft, darling dears. Yes, they did. King of Cups. You have to master your emotions, Chariot. Somebody's about to reach another level of success, and they're gonna have to shut their mouth about it. Judgment on its face, because the wicked will lie in order to what? Come through and create a tarot moment in your life. This is about you mastering your emotions, darling dears, in a situation. This is about a victory for sure. Something coming in at a hot trot. Knight of Wands. Something coming quickly towards the big cat. Give me some more intel into that. What's coming quickly towards the big cat? The wicked, darling dear. I told you. As you continue to be the brightest spark, darling dear, the sharpest tool in the box, darling dears. As they continue to study you, wickedness will try and find you. We've also got somebody who could be what? A dick-dealing, mattress back animal in a no Cuban heel. Somebody with fickle energy who's a effing skin-peeling liar, darling dears. That will what? Block your blessings. This is about you what? Using your intuition. I told you. The moon in Gemini will make you into a social butterfly, but remember, you are going to be that butterfly in recon mode, darling dear. Finding out she's naive, nipping things in the bud before it happens to you. Yes, baby. What about this Dharma, this good karma that's coming towards you, making the right contracts? Some of you will be signing contracts, going into a new business. The King of Pentacles could also speak about an entrepreneur, but the most of all, it speaks about someone that took a risk. This is why you're receiving the good Dharma. Something that you what? Have been on a hard journey in the upright. This is about still being patient, right? This is about the impatience of it all. Somebody was impatient about the process that they had to go through, but it was a lesson in strength, because you have to remember, darling dear big cat, anything that comes to you quickly builds your ego. When it takes time to ferment, darling dears, this will build character, something that will take you on. And it's also a reminder to be drama free at this moment in time, because they would like to keep you stuck. Someone that's studying you, I want to keep you stuck, right? All because what? They're getting their emotionals. They would need to put on their big girls pantaloons, mate, and pull them up, right? This person was emotionally manipulative. Yes, baby. And a liar, darling dear, shape-shifting and mean. This was a Queen of Cups is someone you saw as a friend, but they was never your friend. They was never on the same intellectual level as you. This is why they were big mad. They're watching you break generational curses, create generational wealth, calling true loyalty to your side, darling dears. Could be the loyalty of true customers, whatever that basis is for you, darling dear. They're watching you win and bend the matrix, and they don't like it. They don't like it, not one little bit, right? As they're struggling and juggling. Yes, baby, trying to keep up appearances, 5 of Wands on its face. Well, all they can look at what you've sowed, darling dears, counting your pentacles from the nosebleed section, right? These same ones that you've dropped the challenge of, so you know whom these people are. These are not strangers to you, darling dears. They're not strangers. But they're stalking, darling dears. They've got the strength to stalk you on a regular basis. The 7th house is people, not a person. People. The 7th house, I keep saying the 7th house. The 7th house is Libra, that's ruled by Venus. Venus is ruled by what? Money. So they're looking at your monetary factors as well. And they're also what? Trying to conquer your emotions. Somebody trying to bend somebody's emotions or change your social urges, making you want to be around them. Somebody's trying to manipulate your energies, darling dears. Because every time they think they've got your character, your persona, or maybe anticipating your next step, all that studying was for naught, zero, zilch. Because you are constantly changing cat, because you got the badass alchemist ways, darling dears. Yes, baby. And you're about to be celebrating something else, darling dear. Possibly the new perspective or a new idea that you bring out onto this Malkuth, darling dear. But this is definitely an invitation to some kind of party, or you'll be having the celebration of the opening of a business. The magician creates things out of thin air, being gifted with what? Spiritual tools. So you are armed and dangerous. Some people will be celebrating the fact that they're no longer in prison. Could it be mentally or physically, darling dears? But is the ones coming out of the physical prison, God wants them to go back, darling dear. God wants them back in the prison because of what they did to many. OMG. And this is on the 7th, again, the 7th house. Somebody did some wickedness to a lot of people. possibly around their finances, their mental health. We've got the King of Wands on its face. Somebody who's a dig-deeded mattress back, a semen demon, darling there. Somebody who's got no chill or pause factor, the unsatisfied eyes, my dear big cat. This is who's watching you. Anna Empress, a pretender to your crown, darling dear. If somebody's gone into a situation outside of yourself, they try to celebrate and take the piss in your face. But you had to what? Use mind control on yourself, darling dear. OMG, good golly and gosh. Whosoever is coming out of prison, they're coming out of prison because they was mentally entrapped on you, darling dear, wondering. Divine is saying, go back. I think you need to go back. For all of your what? Pernicious ways, mate. Juggling people's minds, energies, emotions, as well as their money. Yes, 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 yes. And you have two people in particular that are watching you. These two dummy bats must stay together, right? They couldn't figure their way out of a paper bag, let alone understand the ways of the big cat. Are they mad? Listen, God said stay in that mental prison, yeah? Because you got to calm up, right? Yeah. They're studying you and they're watching you manifest. The magician is also about travel. Maybe some of you are journeying cats. Maybe you're logging your journeying. Maybe you've advertised a new business. But whatever it is, they see that you're happy, darling dears. Happy. The magician is on a one, solo dolo, like the boys or girls on the pole. Love it. Yes, you made the right decision. Never you ever second guess yourself, darling dear. When you made a head over heart decision, you chose yourself. Because he was dealing with the emotionally manipulative, right? Shape-shifting and mean. We've got 3 people on the table now, darling dears. 3 people, and every one of them is a cheating, lying, back, front, neck, tabbing snake. Good golly and gosh. Wow. You had so much to overcome, darling dears. But yet, they still watch. They still watch, and it's on a 7 again. People, not a person. People that are feeling what? They're feeling cheated because you chose you. Not only did you choose you bent the matrix. You got the badass alchemist ways. This is why you must always know your worth and add tax, darling dears. Add tax. They feel taxed in their cranium because you live there rent-free, darling dear. They think about you day and night, night and day. They are entrapped, darling dear. They may not physically be in prison, but good golly and gosh. All they can do is think about you, darling dear. And they can also, when they're thinking about it, they know they can't come back into your situation. You're happy now. Happy, right? You've transformed. Listen, they're studying a blueprint of you that has been burnt, right? You're not that same person. You're not. What's the matter with these feeble-minded, was it mouth breathers? Yeah, they deserve the world card and they're spying. Big cat, give them something to look at, yeah? I don't mean bend over and bust it wide, but just be you. Just continue to be you. Because they're watching. They're watching, darling dear, but they will never graduate. They're watching you be the keeper of the bag, the keeper of your word, darling dears. They're watching you be an advisor to many, possibly, darling dears. You could be a teacher. Something to do with your hands, but it's about the what? Transfer of something tangible, mental skills. Yes, darling, they're watching you. They're watching you, right? Progress. Being emotionally fulfilled. Good golly and gosh, big cat. They need to start watching because I'm telling you, it's a blade to that black hole they dare call a heart chakra, and it's a stone to their eye chakra, darling dears. They need to start watching. You got 3 people in particular. Yeah, they was enjoying it when you didn't know what to do, darling dear. They enjoyed it. They was laughing it up. Yeah, but they laugh no more. Yeah, good for them. Base of the deck. What did I say, you happiness expert, you? Oh yeah, they tried it. They tried it. They would love to bring you down, but they're a dummy bat going nowhere fast. Blood, bra, or sistine. 111 in the chat, full on manifestation mode. What did I say? This is why you have to guard your thoughts, darling dears, because you are manifesting at a rapid rate. Think on only what you want to manifest, darling dears, and leave the rest to the Most High, because God says they must go back to prison, right? Spiritual prison, right? For all that they did to other people, people that they put at hockey sticks at dawn, and they knowingly did this. And if this is now a couple, there are a couple of what? No bends, mate. Bottom feeders. These hood-looking alfalfas must stay together. Keep it into that circle of wickedness, darling. They're always on the one-upmanship, lying to each other, lying to themselves. And they would love to be around you to lie to you as well. Listen. Your energy level's not the same. This is about you protecting your energies, darling dears. Don't allow those that deserve, they beg for the seat on the plastic seat in the nosebleed section. Yes. They can't fool you again, darling dear. You are not easily manipulated. You're not being selfish with your energy. You just know your worth. And you understand when feeble-mindeds are about, you must vamos. Big Cat is missing, darling dear. And for some of you, it's your coming out season. You've been in hermit mode too long. You've gotten over the sadness and the loss and the trauma that they brought into your life, darling dear. Divine wants to what? Wash you with a miracle of true healing, because you've subconsciously poured away what no longer serves you. For some, you'll be stepping into fame. Do you have a platform? It also represents for some a benefactor or support in their fields, because you're a hard worker. It took a lot for you to turn your back on that situation, darling dear, and you built your life one pentacale at a time, going from one opportunity to the others. But remember, the bottom, you haven't reached the bottom of the barrel of what? Infinite possibilities. Continue to what? Graduate, darling dear, as they continue to study you, darling dear. They're a dummy bat. They can't get your gangster. Not today or any other day, and I can't make it up. Lovers in the reverse. The choices they made must be the ones they live in, darling dear, as they continue to watch you what? Bend the matrix, blood. Bruh. Or sister. Love it. What's this? Don't read. This is how you read the messages from them. You tie up your eyes and you lock your ears. The worstest thing you can do to someone, especially if they manage to message you, is for them to see the message has been read and unanswered. Right? Because all they want to do is cause fucking darling dears. And anything they've come to tell you already, real eyes recognize real lies. They've got no secrets for you, darling dear. They're a pamphlet. You understand the skullduggerous will always be up to what? That's right, Big Cat. Skullduggery. But not around you, blood. Your cranium. Not having it, mate. You love your hairline. They were so rapid with it, Big Cat. They was. It was very unfriendly with your hairline. This nasty couple, the King of Wands and this fake Empress in the reverse. I feel like I need to be on their case some more, dog. Where's my deck of the wicked? You've got no ties to this situation. You don't have a paw in the fight, darling dear. But like I said, them still are study young. You think I've got long hands, but I haven't. It's all palms and new fingers. It's a trick. Yeah. What's this? Jealous and bitter. What did I say? Jealous and bitter. They're not going to stamp their... Why can't they do the Rumpelstiltskin? Stamp their foot and disappear for air. What's the matter with them? Right? What did I say? There was someone that uses the SEX to get what they want. Well, now they got more than they bargained for, darling dears. What's this? They want to what? Be a time-traveling hustler, darling dear. Someone who recreates history. They want to return to you like Mac the Knife. To come back and repeat a negative cycle, eh? Put you at hockey sticks at dawn and barking at passing cars. They're living in the past and they've got unhealed trauma. Baby, if this don't make you suit up, for what? Hope for the best and expect the worst, darling dears. Because I'm telling you, they're going to try and come back. But there's but the DNA of it all, darling dear. Don't get smoked. They're coming to what? Bamboozle you, gaslight you, and trick you, darling dear. This person from the past, they're a weirdo, right? A weirdo. The ones that are still studying you, they can't believe that you was able to bend the matrix and do the transformation. Baby, posh clap. They're a weirdo. They've got mental illnesses. They're a blame shifter. Oh God, they put you right back on the eggshells, darling. Do you remember the eggshells? God Good God. They've got wicked O intent. Wicked O. Baby, they've got the O on the wicked. They're a kidnapper of the truth, right? And their mask will slip very quickly. You need to get us a restraining order on them, on Kisa as well as Malkuf. Don't allow them back, right? They've got a secret child or children, so they're looking for a helpmate, a co-pilot to pay off the child maintenance, yeah? Oh, wow. Listen, now it's got me gone past the perspiration. I'm sweating. They want you to help them with the what? Pay the who? Your ancestors said, listen, your ancestors said what? Look what your ancestors said spiritual prison for them, yeah? Spiritual prison for them. Bonfire for them. Yeah. Don't come for this foolishness. Nothing there from that part of the deck. Divine wants you to always remember you are too blessed to be stressed. Let them watch. They will never graduate from the what? University of Big Cat. Remember I told you that. You're going to continue to be blessed in their face, right? Getting all of the Dharma. What's that? The good karma for clearing your ancestral karma, darling dears. Noof node, me say. Noof node, you say. Yeah. Split the deck. They are the what? Listen, these two bottom feeders, this King of Wands in the reverse and the Empress who is no one's Empress, they're no one's mother, not nurturing, self-serving, darling dear. They're at ground zero and they're full on dustites. They're dusty, darling dears. Leave these dusty ones alone, right? What? They even took something from you and then they helped you look for it. Isn't that wicked? Did they take money? Your bank card? Your bag? What did they take? This pilferer. And then they helped you look for it, darling dears. Oh, it's so disgusting. It was a marriage of convenience for them, darling dear, and a soul tie which you've already broken. They think that they've got some kind of command or hold over you. Listen, the only thing you have a hold of at this moment in time is something tangible. Like a Nay. Listen, I have no hold over you. Nay's trying to F up my office. Stop it, Nay. There's no one here to upset us. Yeah. One more card. Then we're going to go off to get great, darling dear. Because we've got to carry on doing what? Socking it to him, Scott here. As your Big Cat Chronicles continues. What's this? Oh, look at their front. They've got more front than Brighton Pier. I avoid, right? I avoid the children. They remind me of what I lost. So if you're co-parenting with either the reverse Empress or that King of Wands reverse, they're trying to get into your progeny's cranium because you don't want them. You don't want them. They're basura. And they're not allowed to have your psychological password anymore. Tampon string be gone. Outrageous, darling. They let them continue to study you. I secretly hate my mother and all females. So they're what? A misogynist. Good God. Their mother must have worked for that hatred, darling dear. She must have worked for it, right? The secrets, and their secrets have secrets. This and it made me put my voice into the bass, darling dear. I had to bring it down so you can understand. Some of them just want you to be what? Their nurse and purse. I told you medical assistance is needed. They've got addictions and they're a Klingon, right? You know what Klingons do? They beat you down with their low self-esteem. Well, guess what? They better find out that this ain't Star Trek, mate. This is not a continuing series. It's been nipped in the bud. It's been shelved. Right? You need to think, ponder, examine the evidences, and focus, Big Cat. Focus. Because all they want to do is, when they get back to you, is bring revenge into your life. Why? Because they can't graduate from the University of Big Cat as they continue to study you. Why? Because they're a dummy bat. A dummy bat. And your growth is irritating them. Big Cat, continue to grow on, mate. Grow on. Be like the vine in that what? What's that guy? Was it Jack and the Beanstalk? Be as tall as them, darling dear. Grow like a vine, and every vine has a different branch that they can't understand. Let them continue to try and study you. You who's got your flip-flops well and truly on. What's that? Your common sense, darling dear, and the memory of an elephant. Forgive what they did, but don't forget those bastardos' names, big cat. Don't let them come back. They're weird, and they've got the karmas on them, darling dear. The karmas. And they're jealous and bitter, right? And some of them are pedestrian sperm engineers. They've got the semen demon on them, darling dear. The cursation of it all. Good golly and gosh. On that note, I drops me mic. Let them continue to study you, big cat. Somebody's got to watch. Hey! Yeah. And as I always say, don't get smoked. Don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. They study you, darling dears. They want to be you. Be careful of the single white females. That will be what? Have you what? Brown bread, darling dear. So they can get into your skin, just like Silence of the Lambs, darling dears. They could never be you. Let them watch you sock it to them as you bend the matrix. Big cat wave.